spin sealing, and light launching. Slash hand launching. Hand launching or light launching. Is it viable? That is the question in today's episode. The question of all ages. Is it really viable? And the basics on it. Anyway, without further ado, let's do a quick test battle. I'll be going against an attack, a defense, and a stamina type. For the attack type, I'll be using Valtryek because it's just a generally basic attack type. I'll be using Rocktivore, a stamina type, and Drasil, released with the Evolution series, has the defense type because it is actually a pretty average defense type. So we can see like what defense really can do with this. Of course, they're all right spin, of course, but we know that it is easier to be burst by a lower spinning Beyblade against the same spin Beyblade if you light launch it, depending on the Beyblade type and their overall layer and stats. But anyway, back on to the main thing. Let's go ahead and get with that. Okay, Fafnir, light launch. Set the launcher ready. We're going to start with the attack mode. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. It's like, Valtryek will actually attack. Oh, well, 1 second. You see, again, viable. For it, basically it's slower, so that when they hit the rubber, basically they're faster, then they unlock faster and are closer to being burst. That's basically the whole gimmick of light launching. Basically, it doesn't matter which spin they are. If they're hitting a slower bay, that it won't technically move as much, depending on, of course, the type of bay. And it won't really budge as much, especially if it's like rubber or something. Okay, that was the proof with the attack type. Next, let's go stamina type. Now, stamina type's a little iffy. I mean, it's Rocktivore, so it has a pretty solid stamina. Stamina, they are sort of the weakness against this. You'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to just get a little bit lighter. Launch stamina. Okay, come on, you just had a hop on Fafnir. Oh, never mind. Well, I guess it really depends on how they attack, but in my test battles, Rocktivore would just basically equalize with Fafnir, and then Rocktivore would lose. So, like, stamina, they won't burst, but they're more likely to be left out. Especially, like, if you use a really good life after death driver. I'm using nothing right now, because that's the stock combo that we got with Fafnir. I mean, we could use Atomic, which is really good, or one of the Hypersphere layers, which are really good for life after death. But let's go to the main event, defense. How good is the defense of a Beyblade against Fafnir's handspin? Or, actually, I'm just going to handspin Fafnir for this one. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Okay, that was not a good handspin, but it will do. And defense was broken quite easily. Once again, proving Fafnir is a great Beyblade. Anyway, that'll be it with today's episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one. We just proved Fafnir and the spin sealability isn't always the main gimmick of the light launch. The light launch is one of the key bits of light launching, of spin sealing. The light launch really helps with those bursts, and it's a great tactic if you want to get a quick and easy burst on your opponents, especially if you have a really good rubber. Also, tip for Fafnir people who really like their Fafnirs: remember, the rubber can technically be brittleized. It's if it's like cold for a long time, so don't keep it in cold storage. Keep it more like an average temperature room, 60 degrees, for it to last longer. because we don't want that brittle to happen. I mean, you want it hardened up more on like Judgment Joker, so I would say like keep it in cold storage a little bit if you want those heavy hits without scratching it up as bad. But that'll be it for today's episode. Till then, remember, have fun.